Starting a vegetable garden from scratch is like doing a delicious adventure right in your own backyard. It's not just about the food. Gardening brings a sense of satisfaction and a connection to nature that's hard to beat. Whether you have a sprawling yard or just a small patio, you can create a thriving vegetable garden with a bit of planning and effort. Here in this video, we are going to explore how to start a vegetable garden from scratch. We will discover how you can transform any space into a bountiful garden, filled with healthy, homegrown vegetables. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to get regular updates. Let's get started. Chapter 1. Choose the right location. Choosing the appropriate location for your vegetable garden is of the utmost importance. Look for a spot that receives at least 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight every day, as the majority of veggies require a significant amount of light to flourish. Make sure there is adequate drainage in the area to avoid waterlogging, which can be detrimental to the roots of plants. Stay away from areas that are close to huge trees or shrubs that could potentially compete for water and nutrients. It would be ideal if the garden was located close to your house, so that it would be easier to access and maintain. If space is restricted, you might want to think about planting in containers or raised beds. Chapter 2. Plan your garden layout. Planning your garden layout helps you make the most of your space and ensures a successful growing season. Decide on the size of your garden based on the space available and the amount of produce you want. Sketch a simple plan to visualize where each vegetable will go. Consider the growth habits of plants. Tall ones should not overshadow shorter ones. Implement crop rotation practices to prevent soil depletion and pest buildup. Group plants with similar water and sunlight need together for more efficient care. Chapter 3. Prepare the soil. Good soil is the foundation of a healthy garden. Start by clearing the area of weeds, rocks, and debris. Test the soil to determine its pH and nutrient levels. Kits are available at garden centers or through local extension services. Most vegetables thrive in slightly acidic to neutral soil, pH between 6 to 7. Improve soil quality by adding organic matter like compost, aged manure, or leaf mold, which enhances drainage and fertility. Till the soil to a depth of about 12 inches, breaking up clumps to create a fine, loose texture suitable for planting. Chapter 4. Select your vegetables. You should take into consideration the environment, the soil, and your own personal preferences when selecting the veggies to grow in your garden. Do some research to find out what kinds of plants thrive in your area and choose varieties that cater to the growth circumstances in your area. Take into consideration beginning with crops that are simple to cultivate, such as tomatoes, peppers, lettuce, carrots, and beans. It is important to consider the dietary habits of your family and to grow foods that you enjoy eating. Those who are just starting out should choose disease-resistant types to boost their chances of being successful. In order to enjoy continuous harvests throughout the growing season, it is recommended to stagger the planting of crops that mature quickly. Chapter 5. Start seeds or buy seedlings. Decide whether to start vegetables from seeds or buy young plants. Seedlings. Starting from seeds is more economical and offers a wider variety of plants, but requires more time and effort. Follow seed packet instructions for planting depth and spacing. Begin seeds indoors 6 to 8 weeks before the last expected frost date for your area. Use seed trays and a quality potting mix, keeping them in a warm, sunny spot or under grow lights. Transplant seedlings outdoors after hardening them off, a process of gradually exposing them to outdoor conditions over a week. Chapter 6. Planting your garden. When planting your garden, timing and technique are key. Plant cool season crops like spinach and peas in early spring or late summer, while warm season crops like tomatoes and peppers should be planted after the danger of frost has passed. Follow spacing recommendations on seed packets or plant labels to ensure proper air circulation and growth. Dig holes slightly larger than the root ball of your seedlings and plant them at the same depth they were in their pots. Water the plants well after planting to help them settle in. Chapter 7. Watering and mulching. Consistent watering is vital for a healthy vegetable garden. Water deeply and infrequently to encourage deep root growth. Most gardens need about 1 inch of water per week, delivered in a slow, steady manner. Early morning watering is best to minimize evaporation and allow foliage to dry before evening, reducing disease risk. Mulching around plants helps retain soil moisture, suppress weeds, and regulate soil temperature. Use organic mulches like straw, grass clippings, or shredded leaves. Apply mulch after the soil has warmed up and keep it a few inches away from plant stems to prevent rot. Chapter 8. Fertilizing your vegetables. When you fertilize your garden, you are providing them with the nutrition they need to develop strong and healthy. Utilize a method of fertilization that is well balanced, such as nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, or organic alternatives, such as fish emulsion or compost. Ensure that you apply the product at the rates that are advised on the label. Before planting, apply fertilizer, and then continue to apply it as a side dressing throughout the growing season. It is important to avoid over-fertilizing your plants because this can result in excessive growth of foliage at the price of fruit production. It is possible to organically improve the fertility of the soil over time by incorporating organic matter into the soil on a regular basis. Chapter 9. Pest and Disease Management. Protecting your garden from pests and diseases is crucial for a bountiful harvest. Practice good garden hygiene by removing dead plants and debris that can harbor pests. Rotate crops annually to break pest and disease cycles. Encourage beneficial insects like ladybugs and lacewings that prey on harmful pests. Use barriers such as row covers or netting to keep insects and animals away from plants. For severe infestations, consider organic or chemical treatments, but always follow label instructions and opt for the least toxic options available. Chapter 10. Harvesting and Maintenance. Proper harvesting and ongoing maintenance keep your garden productive and healthy. Harvest vegetables at their peak ripeness for the best flavor and nutritional value. Use clean, sharp tools to avoid damaging plants. Regularly pick mature produce to encourage continued production. Keep an eye on plant health, looking for signs of stress, pests, or disease, and address issues promptly. Maintain your garden by weeding regularly, staking tall plants, and trimming overgrown areas. In the fall, clean up the garden and add organic matter to prepare the soil for the next season. Let's discuss some tips and tricks. Tip number 5. Start small and expand gradually. Begin with a small garden plot or raised beds to manage easily. As you gain experience and confidence, you can expand your garden area. Tip number 4. Consider companion planting. Planting certain vegetables together can help deter pests, improve soil fertility, and maximize space utilization. For example, planting basil near tomatoes can enhance tomato flavor and repel pests. Tip number 3. Practice crop rotation. Rotate crops each season to prevent soil depletion and reduce disease buildup. Avoid planting the same family of vegetables. For example, tomatoes, peppers, eggplants, in the same spot year after year. Tip number 2. Use vertical gardening techniques. Maximize space by growing vining crops such as cucumbers, peas, and beans on trellises or stakes. This technique saves ground space and improves air circulation around plants. Tip number 1. Provide adequate support. Stake or cage tall and heavy plants like tomatoes and peppers to support their growth and prevent them from sprawling on the ground. With your newfound knowledge and a bit of dedication, you're ready to turn any patch of soil into a thriving vegetable garden. Whether you're looking to eat healthier, save money, or simply enjoy a new hobby, starting a vegetable garden from scratch is a fulfilling way to achieve those goals. That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, leave it a thumbs up and let me know what other topics you'd like to see covered in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day.